All right, so I'm here with Craig Patterson from Mount Evelyn Primary School in Victoria. So, Craig, thanks for being here and thanks for giving us a bit of an insight into the recent event that you guys did as a dads and kids event that I understand.
Yep.
Tell
Thanks,
us a
John.
bit about your school, Stephen.
Yeah, sure. So, my kids go to Mount Evelyn Primary School, which is about 400 students, just on the outer suburbs of Melbourne, down here in lovely Victoria.
Awesome, fantastic. And you guys, when did you? So you're a dad's group leader, obviously, for the school,
Yes.
for
Yep.
the fathering project, which is awesome. Thank you. And when did you guys form as a dad's group?
Yeah, we got kicked off sort of early September in 2020. Got contacted by the school, the chaplain, and I think the principal was very supportive from the get-go. So
Beautiful.
it's probably about five or six of us who kicked it off at that point.
Fantastic. And were you guys handpicked then from the principal? You didn't do.
Yeah, look, I think so. And the reason is like a number of us, over half of us are kind of involved in the school council.
Yeah,
One of the other guys is the husband of one of the teachers there. So that's those sorts of connections really got it started.
fantastic, fantastic. And so was this event that you recently did? It was only a couple of weeks ago, I understand. It was actually
Yeah.
on the night of our last round the grounds,
Yep.
I think, wasn't it?
Exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry I couldn't make it to that one, but yeah, looking forward to the next ones.
Fair enough that you're busy. But and what was that? Was that a launch for you guys, or just an event that you wanted to?
So that was our first dads and kids event. So we had the launch event 3 or 4 weeks prior to that, which was just dads only.
Yeah,
And we had Terry come up and talk to us. He's our mentor from the Fathering Project, and he had a couple of other guys. So had a really great night. Got a bigger turnout than expected on that night. Wasn't huge. And then yeah, we sort of got this off the ground in that sort of 3 to 4 weeks in between.
fantastic. And so really, so did you use that launch to even talk about what the next event would be?
I think we mentioned it at the night, but that definitely was not the focus of the night. And I think that was our advice from Rodney Eade and Terry to kind of hold two events close together to kind of kick it off. And it seemed to work out really well for us.
Fantastic. And tell us about the promotion then
Yeah.
of that event. And what was the event? It was a pizza. Oh no, not pizza.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was paper.
Yeah, yeah, no. So we did the paper planes and we did like a Bunnings style sausage sizzle. And we actually had one of the guys in the leadership group actually got one of his mates to actually man the tongs on the night, which is great. So like none of the dads at the school missed out or anything like that.
Fantastic.
Um,
That's good.
yeah, so that was a really good night. So I forgot the question, mate. Was it
Promotion. Yeah. So I just a
oh,
little bit about
promotion? Yeah, yeah.
you had your
So we
promotion.
actually we had the school was involved. They actually announced it at one of the teachers' meetings. They wanted to promote this event, and then we had some postings on the school's Facebook page. And I really think, to be fair, I think a lot of the moms really kind of drove a lot of the promotion of this
Yep.
because we were trying to get people to RSVP via email and that. And we had about 20 or so people said, yeah, I'll be there on the night. And in the end, we had about 45 dads, I reckon,
Wow.
walk up. So it
Fantastic.
was, roughly half. And we thought we were just really amazed by how many people turned up. But I think
Yep.
between the Facebook, the teachers promoting it, and probably moms who are on Facebook actually saying, "Hey, go along to this; it'll be fun,"
Yep.
and ended up having a really good night.
Beautiful. And so the posts on Facebook, because we find across the nation that's pretty effective. If a
Yeah,
school does have a Facebook group, then that's
yeah,
fantastic, or Facebook page for the school.
yeah, yeah.
So and videos. Some schools are producing their own videos, or in-school
Ah,
coordinators and dads group leaders are doing
yeah,
their own videos. We're
yeah,
providing
cool.
some as well for those who need support.
Okay.
What sort of postings were you using? Were they just like using thumbnails or an image and just saying,
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm pretty sure that we used the Fathering Project launch for the pizza and paper planes. I think we
yeah,
just edited that.
yeah,
Yeah, edited to suit our needs. But I reckon a video would work a treat, really. And it's probably easy enough to do for everyone these days. You just get your smartphone out and
that's it.
start talking. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we find them all authentic, and even the invitation from a community member
Yeah, yeah.
is always really good as well. So well done. That's good.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's good that's working for you, and those thumbnails and the
Yep.
invitations are working.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell us about the logistics. Is there anything that you think that other guys would really benefit from in the logistics? I mean, even how many sausages to order, the
Yeah.
RSVPs, you
Yeah,
only had
yeah.
half the number. How did
Yeah.
you sort of go with that sort of thing?
Yeah, look, that's a tricky one. I don't know. I wish I had a good answer for you here because getting people to RSVP is really hard. And actually, I ran into one guy at school pick up that afternoon and said, "Hey, man, are you coming tonight?" He said, "Oh, coming to what?" And I said, so he only came because I talked to him.
Yeah, yeah,
So if you had any ideas to get people to RSVP is great. So the Facebook group is probably your best bet. And then other than that, like I was reading the last week's newsletter or last month's newsletter about the other primary school. It's just down the road from us, and they had a bigger turnout than they thought too. And I thought,
Yeah.
probably if I was saying to a group who was doing this type of event, I would expect more people than you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And basically, I mean, like I said, we got about 20 RSVPs, probably had 45 people. So
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone will get, double, but I would definitely plan for that. Because we actually had one of our crew running out to get extra sausages, extra
Wow.
bread on the night. So we were lucky that we had enough people kind of coordinating. Like I said, there's 6 of us in the leadership group.
Yeah.
So that's another good thing I'd recommend to people is have someone who can be pretty flexible on the night and go take care of those last minute things that you
Those
need.
logistics.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
But
people,
yeah,
sorry.
sorry, mate.
No, no, I was just going to ask if people were paying for sausages. How did you do funding for that?
We actually, yeah, we just put out a little donations jar and we said, look, if you can give us any money, great. But we didn't want, because we're in a school, we've got some low socioeconomic students and some not.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a mix there. And so we said, look, just donate what you can. And people were asking how much. And we said, look, whatever you think, we're happy with that.
Yeah.
But I had a guy at the end of the night come up to me and just give me $20. And he said, had a fantastic night. I really appreciate you doing this. And I said, do you want change? And he's like, no, man, I had a great time. Thank you. Put it towards the next one if you don't need it to cover costs. And we ended up exactly breaking even. So
Wow.
we bought some little gliders from Big W. They're about like $6 each.
Yeah.
And we bought those to give out as prizes. So we did like 4 different races for the kids, right? So we had like longest flight time, longest distance, best decorated, and best design plane.
Yeah.
And so we just gave those prizes out. So, we had $24 there. We had the sausages, bread, those sorts of things. And we ended up getting, exactly the amount of money that we spent on it. So we thought, how good's that?
How cool's that? Isn't it interesting when you don't put a price on as well? It just does allow people to give what they can, and it works out.
Yeah, exactly. And we thought, we don't want people to be hungry. And I mean, I think people are pretty used to Bunnings. They probably figure about $2.50 or whatever in their head anyway. So,
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
It also shows maybe what the culture is that you're already sort of bringing into that. Is that there is a message even in that everyone's welcome, no matter what your situation is.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting you mentioned that because I had a couple of people contact me. One person said, look, husband's out of town. Can his brother come? And I was like, yeah, of course. And even had a mom rock up with a kid who said, look, it's just me and the kids. I was like, great. Well, have a great time. My name's Craig. How, if you need anything, just let us know. I think we had like 2 or 3 other moms as well who just came up, just as part of the family thing. So it was really cool. And we just had that really welcoming environment for everyone. So it was good.
Well done. Sounds like it. I guess the next question really to finish up is what's next for you guys? So, I mean, you've got some momentum, which is beautiful. So you've got a launch, you've got this event. What's next? So for term 2, what do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question. We're going to try to run like a dad's event because one of the things that we didn't really do at the dads and kids night as well as we would have liked is kind of integrate some of the fathering project ethos or messaging. And one of the things we did do that I this is one of my favorite things. I forget, one of the guys came up with this idea at night. We were just, brainstorming before this event. We said, how can we get the dads more involved? And we thought, well, we should give like a prize to the dad who does the best, whatever on the night. So we had one of our guys go, okay, well, I'll read through the fathering project. I'll look at, what we're looking at. And I think he decided on something like who's building confidence in kids the most.
Wow.
So his job on the night was to just walk around and observe people and just have a chat and whatever. And at the end of the night, he awarded the golden thong to the dad who done the best to build kids' confidence. And so that was really cool as well because that created a bit more of a connection between one of our guys and his sister, because we were like, well, we need a golden thong. And he's like, well, my sister's in the craft. I'll just contact her. And she's like, oh, this is the best question that you've ever asked me. Like, I love you. Like, this is how to make a thong gold.
She's made it straight away.
Yeah, exactly. So they came up with it. I don't know what they did, what paint they used or whatever. So we've got a photograph of this guy. And we said, all right, Matt, now you've got to come back and defend your title or pass on the golden thong to the guy at the next one. So that was a really cool thing. So we've got to get the next event to award that out. So we're going to have the dads only one. And we haven't decided yet as a team if we're going to do like 2 dads only back to back, just because it's winter, late nights, it's dark and all that, or mix it up a bit. So we've got a bit of a lead though, because someone in our group is involved in the Lilydale Lake Sailing Club. They've got this miniature yacht club or something.
Wow.
Apparently that's really good for kids, and they've got it all set up so kids don't fall out and whatever, and they're used to dealing with it. So I thought that'd be a pretty sweet night, maybe when spring or summer rolls back around. So
That's
yeah,
cool. So being dynamic and just making sure you're creating memories. I mean, that's one of the things
yeah,
we talk about is
yep,
creating memories and having something these kids think that was awesome when my dad took me
yeah,
sailing or whatever it is.
yeah, exactly.
But you're
Yeah,
building the culture, so that's really fantastic.
yeah, yeah, it was cool. And I think like the kids were so stoked about paper planes. Like they did not need any enthusiasm.
Yeah,
They came on the night, they were ready to go. It
yeah,
was really awesome. So
yeah,
highly recommend that one as a really good momentum builder because
yeah,
like you only need to tell a few kids about it, I think, and they
yeah,
really generate it for you.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's good.
One of the ones that I'd been to recently it was just awesome watching the dads return to being kids as well and go
Yeah.
straight into building planes with their
Yep.
kids. And
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
it is a great one to start with. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's actually one thing, yeah, because we had some dads on the night who were building, some of the longest flyers and
yeah,
that, and we're like, we didn't really think of a way to like announce at the start, like, hey, like,
yeah,
look, obviously you're going to be able to win this thing if you want. That's not the point, you know. So that's something I'd like to think about for the next event, how we're going
yeah,
to keep the dads to be like, look, your job here is
yeah.
to just help your kids do this,
Yeah,
not
that's right.
actually.
Build something together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
But I mean, like everyone had a good time, so
Yeah,
whatever.
fantastic. Craig, thank you, mate. That is fantastic. Great information. Really inspirational. Thank you for giving so much passion to even
Pleasure.
telling about tonight. So well done.
Yep.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, John. Cheers.
Thank you.